Hi guys, and welcome to Kamy Ideas. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the post notification bell so you receive notifications whenever I upload a new video. In today's video, I want to be sharing with you reasons or why I never failed in the nursing school. Disclaimer: this video is not to undermine or underrate someone who has ever referred in the nursing school. No. This is not to say that I was the best student in my class. No. I just want to share my experience and things that helped me to be a good student and to just help somebody also pick up a few things and then work on yourself. So this video is not to let somebody look like you are nobody or you are a failure or something. If you ever referred in the nursing school, it's not a sin, okay? I might not have referred in a nursing school, but I might have failed in certain things in life, and that is not to say that I'm a failure. So this video is not to let somebody feel that you refer in nursing school, you were dumb or something. No. What were some of the things that helped me to always pass my nursing exams from first year to final year to final exam, to getting my certificate? And I never referred in any subject. And it is not to say I was the most intelligent, no. The first point is, it is the grace of God, okay? It's the grace of God that found me at the time and still with me. And one thing is, I completed senior high school in 2012, waited to 2014 before I got admission. And there were other people, my own mates, classmates and colleagues who also got admission the following year. So they are like 1 year senior ahead of me. And there are some that when I was leaving nursing school, they were also now reporting for first year. So there was always a time of blessing in everybody's life. Okay. So I won't say that I was, because of what I was doing, because I could study much, because I could do it, that's why I never referred in an exam. No, it is the grace of God. So I wouldn't boast in my own strength or wisdom. The second thing that helped me to be successful was I never competed with anyone other than myself. Okay, I was in nursing school. I didn't see that I was in competition with anybody. If someone could make 7 A's in a semester and I could only make 1 and I don't fail or I don't get a D or E or an F, I was okay with my results. Okay, so I never competed with somebody to say that this person made 7 A's, I must also get 7 A's. I competed with myself to be the best of my own version. Don't compete with anybody. I never competed with anybody other than myself. So that was what helped me to know my strengths and my weakness. The third thing that helped me was I stayed focused and worked on my weaknesses. I was able to identify what was good for me and what wasn't working for me. For example, there were some people who could stay back in school after classes and stay up to midnight and leave. And me, myself, I wasn't that type of student who could close from classes. I was already itching to go and take my bath, and I would be like, I'd be tired of sitting for the whole day. I want to go home, get food to eat, take my bath, probably relax and come back to study or sleep and wake up and learn. So I was someone who could learn at dawn, like I could study at dawn better than going back to school from classes. Okay, so if you go to school and you find some people who can study at dawn and you are not the type of person who can study at dawn, don't go and copy someone's study plan or study style. Know your strengths and know your weaknesses and know what best works for you. Okay, if you can study, maybe after class you go and bath and come back for prep, study till 9, 10 and go back, fine. But if you're not okay with that, maybe you just study like an hour and sleep and wake up at dawn and study, it's good to go. So don't copy somebody's study plan. I never copied anybody. I found out what was good for me. I never looked at whatever anyone was doing because I worked on myself, and that was how I was also successful in my. The fourth thing is, don't worry too much. Problems will never finish in this world. So worry so much about the school fees, about whatsoever you don't have, what you need to have. You're worried about a particular subject will not solve the problem. You have to always find a solution to whatever you are looking for. If it's a subject that is scaring you, have time for that particular subject, study it, look for and seek for help, and you would find Okay, so don't worry too much. Whatsoever the reason is, pray to God, and there will always be a solution. So I removed worry out of my life because initially first year I used to worry a lot. That I reduced in weight to like 40 kg. I was weighing like 40 kg in nursing school, but fast forward to final year, I developed and I knew myself best. So I think my weight increased to like 55 kg when I was leaving nursing school, and that's a plus for me now. That was just by the way. So stop worrying too much. Worries and problems will never finish. The fifth important thing that helped me was I mastered my weak subjects. Okay, I mastered subjects that needed more time for me to study and understand. So let me say, I was the type of person who liked surgery very much. Surgery was like very, very cheap for me or moderate for me. I could study surgery and love it. But compared to another subject that I found it challenging, or any other subject that I feel that this subject I need to study and have more time. So I was able to identify my weak subjects and always made time. Because if I know this subjects, I will use like just an hour to understand something. Why would I just schedule to be reading it more than those that have difficulty in? So on your personal timetable, always make sure that subjects that are scary you and having horns, you always measure them, have enough time for those subjects. So I always made time for subjects that were challenging to me until I overcame them. I held a bull. I held those bulls by their horns so that I could ride at their back. So measure your weak subjects and work on them. Have time, ample time for those subjects. Sixth very important thing is learn to teach others if you know. And in nursing school, I was someone could come to me and say, "Oh, teach me this thing." And initially I was asking myself that, what are these people saying about me and that they are saying I should teach them? Sometimes maybe write a quiz and then you get the highest mark. People will come, "Oh, can you explain this thing to me?" And I always found joy in it, and not because I felt so big that I could also teach somebody. No. And I learned that the more you teach people, the more I taught somebody, the more I explain something to someone to understand, the more I become more good or familiar with the subject. So it's very, very important. If you know something, learn to teach others. When you teach others, you also build on your knowledge. Okay, you don't forget. It becomes like a song in your mind when you teach somebody something. This point is very important too. The seventh point is move away from a non-serious study group. When you report to school, especially first year, you hear the study group, the teachers or the tutors will tell you, "Oh, it's good to form study group. Nursing is a teamwork, this." But then it's good to form study group. It's very, very good. That's if you find yourself in a very good group. But if you find yourself in like the kind of group I was, we're like 10 or 9, full of ladies, and when we go, they're either talking about one social issue, and we end up studying nothing and going back to the hostel. So if you find yourself in a group that they are not serious, move away, find another group and join, okay? And if you are not like my type that I can study on my own and still understand. And sometimes I find it distracting when I'm with a group of people, like study group or something. I find it distracting. I could always study on myself or on my own and understand. You don't just go and form study group with your friends, close friends. You end up studying nothing. And this 8 points, you must do it too. Never miss classes. If you miss a nursing class in a day, maybe you had surgery, medicine, you had pharmacology, maybe you have ops or something, and you miss classes, you go and it's like a whole week. You have it. Imagine you missing all through all these subjects, about 6 subjects in a day. You miss all of them. You always find it difficult to understand things. So never make it a point never to miss nursing class. Don't be like you go to school today, tomorrow you not go. It won't help you. Because I was always present in class. If you are looking for the most punctual, obedient students in my class, you will find me. So I was always in class. I don't miss class for no reason. If I needed something, I could go after school. Okay, Fridays, Saturdays are there. Fridays, maybe after classes or Saturdays, you can always go to town to get it. So don't miss class. Don't make it a habitual. Don't make it habitual. Don't make it a habit to always be missing class. This is good though. The 9th point I want to share is avoid sleeping in class. That's why I said this video is about what helped me, and it's not by force you copy whatever I did if you know it will not be helpful to you. So assess yourself and know your weaknesses. I never slept in class. I'm not used to sleeping in class. Like, I'm not someone who likes sleeping during the daytime, no matter what. It's recently that when I started working, maybe I'll go for 9 duties and come and I'm feeling sleepy, so I'll just find some, go and shower down, get something to eat, and I sleep, wake up in the evening and continue my night shift. But other than that, just to wake up in the daytime and I'm fit, I'm not sick and I'm sleeping. I wasn't used to sleeping in class. So if you're the type that is always sleeping in class, I think you should work on it, because lectures cannot be going on and a tutor cannot be teaching and you are sleeping. How would you understand? And I'm a faith believing Christian, okay? And I know that there are always issues. We have spiritual issues and other things. If it's that constant, or it has become too much and you're always sleeping in the class and you don't understand, you will sleep, and when the lecture is about to end the lesson, you wake up. I think you should pray about it and look for help, okay? You can speak to anybody to help you out. If it's a medical condition, they can help you out. If it's spiritual too, you need to work on it. You can't afford to be sleeping in class and lectures are ongoing as you are sleeping. It's just as you didn't come to school at all. So work on that weakness. Third thing that helped me was have enough of good, like spend time on good sleep. Sleep, my sister. Just like I said, you see, if you know your strength and your weaknesses, nobody can pressure you. Nobody can come and give you pressure and drive your BP to like 181 thing. Okay, so always know what is good for you, and when you're able to work on your strength, when you're able to identify your strengths and weaknesses, you can always feel comfortable in whatever you do. So spend enough time to sleep well. Okay, you have to sleep to relax your brain. Don't be doing night vigil every day because of one scary nursing subject. Okay, sleep a lot. That's why it's good to have a comfortable bed. Okay, comfortable bed and bed linen, so that you can have a good sleep. If it's time for you to sleep. Don't let anybody give you pressure with their 8 A's and 7 A's. And the 11th point is choose your friends wisely and good friends as such. Okay, and making friends, definitely you need to get someone you can confide in with issues. I, for instance, first year, all the people that I thought they were friends, they were bomb. That was just very weird. It's like I realized we're not friends because we just came and we were all confused and mixed with one another. We were like looking for an association or something. Have time, make good friends. Don't go and just befriend anybody, or make good friends, because there are things that you need somebody to share with to get healed. And the last but very important of all the points I've stated here is always commit your study plans and your studies to God, in the hands of God. Commit into the hands of God, because He knows your end from your beginning, or your beginning from your end. Okay, He is the one that puts you in the nursing school. So if you are finding something difficult, just go to the Creator. Say, Baba God, you brought me here. Now here I did. Guide me, give me the wisdom that I need to pass this examination. And one thing, my life is always a testimony, and I will never stop singing my testimony to bless somebody. In nursing school, not only in nursing school, while growing up, I used to not to pay attention to it until I got to a nursing school. Like whenever we are about to write a final exam or even a quiz, and then the last thing I study in a book will always appear in the examination. So first of all, like at first I was like, is it like magic or some form of grace of God or favor? And I realized it was a favor of God. And until anything I learned, like when I'm about to enter the examination, they always tell you not to be opening books when you're going to exams, because you might end up opening at a place you are not, you've not something that you don't have much knowledge about, and you are panicking already in the examination. But me, I didn't bother myself. I was like, what can come. So on to final year, the licensing exam on medical nursing, almost all the subjects, like the last thing I opened was always first or second question to come out. And it has been God, just like I've always said, it has been God from day one. So God knows how to always help you out. He knows his children now, and he knows your strength. So don't always forget your God. Yes. So I think you've learned something from this video. You pick up things that will help you also to be the best nursing students. All right. So I pray that you are successful, and my reason or the purpose of this video was just to help you pick something out of the plenty things I've said that will help you. So stay focused, stay blessed, and see you some other time. Bye.